homeless hookup started roughly in 2014. I was fighting professionally, boxing, MMA. But what led to me doing this and getting the donations out was I was homeless. My dad died homeless. They found his body under a bridge in Las Vegas. He had died of cirrhosis of the liver, and his body had been decomposing. He had been sitting there for so long they had to identify him from dental records. So I didn't get my dad back for like a year after he passed away. And then I realized like I didn't want to lead that life anymore, so I decided to get sober, get myself off the streets. Found out I was going to be a dad, and it just kind of struck me that like that's where I came. Our family came from homelessness, and that's the legacy I had to leave my son. And to not give back was unfathomable to me. So fast forward back to the fighting. I was fighting MMA and boxing. And I would see people come to my fights, and they were spending $50, $60 on a ticket. They would spend, $50 on a shirt or a hoodie, and then $150 on drinks and food. So I started thinking, at least these people could do is bring a pack of socks and a bar of soap, toothbrush, toothpaste. And these donation bins would fill up. And one of the things I like to do for my cardio when I was training for fights was ride my longboard. It's great for the legs, great for the lungs. So I'd fill up my duffel bag, and I'd go out handing out those donations that I got in the boxing club. I'd get those things out. And then I was on the computer, and I saw this thing in California. It was a bus, a shower bus, right? It's called Lava May, and I thought, Cleveland deserves to have that. So like I started asking around for buses, school bus, RTA bus, anything, church buses. Nobody had anything. And then one day the Lakewood Fire Department called me up, said they had a homeless guy that was walking by the fire department in a snowstorm barefoot. So they brought him into the fire station and called us. But they say you can't keep the boots. We need those back. So can you help him out? I was so, I guess, overwhelmed that the city was calling me for help. He said, we hooked this guy up. I mean, top to bottom. I went and got him stuff we didn't have. And then the fire department asked me, well, what can we do for you? I was so blown back. I said, well, I need a bus. And I'm not even kidding you. It was in the same conversation. The Lakewood Fire Marshal, he's the chief now, Chief Dunphy. He says, my family has an old RV we're not using anymore. It's yours. You can have it. Like did not hesitate, didn't think about it. And I was just like so blown away. I went away, I think, just in awe. The next day he called me up and he says, hey, the fire department likes what you're doing so much, they want to know if they can get involved retrofitting the bus for you. I'm like, yeah, I can put my construction team on hold, right? Like, my only plan was to get the bus. From there, I was like, right. So they set it up for me, man. But I thought, why stop with showers? One of the things that makes me feel more human and more like a new person than anything else is a haircut. Haircut. But then you get your haircut and you're itchy, so you need a shower. And then you don't want to put on the same dirty clothes, so you need clothes. So what we did was, we turned the old living room area of the RV into a barber shop. We kept the bathroom and the shower, so it has the toilet, the shower, the bathroom, so they can do the shower still. And then we gutted the bedroom. We took out the beds and one of the cabinets to make room for bins for clothes. So it's basically a free thrift store. So we were now mobile, and I was giving out free food, clothes, haircuts, showers, top to bottom, everything you can need. That RV ended up dying, and he ended up, the fire marshal took it to Lake Pontotoning, and that's where it sits today with the logo on it. His family uses it as a cabin. But another company heard my plea for another bus, and they said, write us an amount for a check. So I wrote a dollar amount, they gave it to me, and I had enough to buy the bus you see now, and a distribution center that goes out 2 or 3 days a week. So what we do with this bus that you're sitting on right now, this is the area where when it's colder out or it's raining, we would set up the barber's chairs. We'd have the shower in the back, you can see that shortly, I'm sure. And then the clothing is also in the very, very back. for community events like this, we set everything upside just because the outside, because it's nice, it's worth it. But this is expensive to get out. It's a big production, so this only goes out once a month, twice a month if we can swing it. The rest of the time I'm going out in an ambulance that looks like a Buckeyes helmet. It's a distribution center. And it'd be quicker to tell you what's not on there. Toilet paper, sleeping bags, Narcan, phone chargers, like first aid. Dude, we do 150 lunches a week from that. It's got a coat rack, like I said, it'd be quicker to tell you what's not on there. So yeah, we do that goes out for our outreach weekly. This goes out monthly. And then in the winter, we are an emergency triage service. So if somebody gets caught out in the cold, they call 211 and say, hey, I'm freezing or I'm hungry. They'll get connected to me, and at 2 in the morning, I'll go out to make sure that they don't, freeze to death. Because there's been too many fatalities due to the conditions. And my dad died out there, so if I can stop one person from getting put into the ground, another person's dad or somebody's kid, and all it means is I might lose an hour of sleep, I'm there. You know what I mean? That's what I gotta do. So that's Homeless Hookup from the inception to today. Then we do a toy drive for the kids, back to school drive. Everything else is pretty much for the unhoused adults.